Fear holds you from things. It doesn't bring you anywhere. Hi, my name is Maurice Zondijk and I'm a personality coach where I help people to find and create their own happiness. Now, welcome to Holland, right? I mean, this is pretty much the typical view of what you would recognize as the Netherlands, right? Flat, a lot of grass. Yeah, so this is typically a Dutch environment indeed. So glad to share that with you. Now I want to talk to you today about fear. And that's a hard topic, right? I mean, we all have certain fears, things that will hold you back from achieving things, because fear has some some element in it that doesn't bring you anywhere, right? Fear holds you back from things. That's the whole function of fear, right? If you're afraid, we are afraid something bad will happen, so we stay away from that. But a lot of times, fear is not realistic. Fear is not giving you the real picture, because fear also means the unknown, right? The unknown is most of the times frightening. And if you would, give into that fear, you'll never discover the beauty behind that. You might have seen the video of Will Smith, it's circling around on the internet as well, where he talks about how he jumped out of an airplane as a skydiver, right? And he pretty much feared the period as from the decision making until the moment he jumped out of the plane, he was afraid. He was afraid of everything. He was looking, thinking about the things that can happen when you jump out of an airplane, and it's the natural cause of fear. But the moment he jumped, like the moment you actually should be afraid, he wasn't afraid, and he just jumped and he had this amazing experience. So and what he says then as well is, behind the fear there lays the beauty. So if you can conquer the fear, you can actually see the beauty behind it. And fear is like a dark forest, right? I mean, when you're in this fairy tale and there's this dark forest, so you're afraid to go through the forest. But once you conquer the forest, you'll notice that there is a beautiful new world around it or behind it, and you wouldn't have discovered that world if you wouldn't pass the fear, if you wouldn't conquer the fear, if you wouldn't fight the fear. So fear is a natural cause, right? We all have our fears. We have our anxieties in many ways, and it can be as simple as, approaching a woman for a man. But whatever it is, it's a fear that's not causing you to achieve things, or it's causing you to achieve nothing actually. So if you can ditch the fear there, if you do take the step and approach this woman, what's the worst that can happen, right? I mean, if you start thinking logically about the fear, okay, if there's real danger, obvious you could be scared. But is it a real danger, or is it just something that you are facing with the unknown? So facing with the unknown, what could be the worst consequence? If you approach a woman, what would be the worst thing that could happen? She could say, "Get out of my face. I don't want you here." Or her boyfriend starts interfering and say, "What the fuck are you doing with my girl?" You know, e- Being hit is pretty much, I think, the worst thing that could ever happen. But then you have to really make it like a mess, right? You don't have to be an asshole and make it like a crazy thing. But if you just approach a woman and ask her name and start a conversation, nothing's gonna happen. I mean, you're not gonna die from that. So fear is most of the time something we make up in our minds, and it's not realistic because it's just the unknown. And if you're facing the unknown, things can happen. Beautiful things can happen. And it's yeah, like I said, it can be simple, like the example that I just gave, but it can also be, something more out of your comfort zone. But remember, your comfort zone has this little part outside of the comfort zone, and that is what we call the learning zone. So yes, that's scary, and that's frightening, and that's anxiety to the max level 10, but go into that learning zone and you will broaden your comfort zone in the future. So once you've approached that woman and you'll find out that nothing bad happened, she might have rejected you, whatever, but that's tough, but you didn't die. Next time you can still approach someone, or you can still eliminate the fear in your life in a more effective way. So go work on that. Now, if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube as well. If you're watching this on Facebook, please share it with your friends as well. And let me know in the comments down below what your biggest fear in life is. Is it that one thing you can't? It's something in your body. You just can't. Let me know in the comments, and looking forward to hearing from you what your biggest fears are. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.